Hello, everybody. Hope you guys had a great Halloween. Welcome to Chop and Slice. I am one of the co-hosts, Michael, and this is my other co-host,
Brandon.
We are here to review
Halloween
2, 1981. The second installment into the Halloween franchise, the legendary Halloween franchise.
And a very legendary movie.
Agreed. A great movie, a great sequel, a good follow-up, I felt like. So we're going to break it down. We're not going to do scene by scene, basically, technically, but I'm going to give you some scenes. We're going to talk about them and give our thoughts and ratings on the movie. And hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So Halloween 2 is a direct follow-up to Halloween 1978. Same day, same night, everything. It starts with a flashback to the first movie. We see Michael get shot off the balcony again.
Right, and then you kind of see the print of his body. It's like...
Which is not in the first.
Right, that's not in the first, but looks like some 50-foot giant.
Yeah, it looks like a monster. Loomis goes over to, where he fell, sees the blood, so we know Myers can bleed. That's one of the things pointed out.
Right. And so, yeah, the movie continues on. Michael Myers is on the loose, prowling around. You see Loomis...
I shot him six times! Wow. Dude,
Yeah.
he's so good.
So, yeah, he's just prowling around. He walks into one of the neighbors' houses, steals a kitchen knife. Doesn't kill her, though.
Yeah, which was weird.
He just spared that one, I guess.
Yeah, he picks and chooses his victims. It's
Interesting. But then he walks into another house. This woman wasn't so lucky. We kind of see a shot of his face with the eyes.
Yep, they show his eyes, and there's blood, something that you don't see in the first one, which I thought is interesting. There's rarely any blood in the first.
Except, like, in the
Laurie's
beginning.
arm, and then in the beginning, yeah, you see Laurie's arm cut. But a lot of blood in this movie.
Yeah, and that's what I like. That's how I like it.
Then, so he kills her, and then we then go and see Laurie being stretchered out of the house.
And on the way to the hospital.
On the way to Haddonfield Hospital.
Right. And I love the look of Michael Myers' mask.
Yeah, Michael Myers. It's the same mask, but different color. Because it was stored in a
smoker's
house. Deborah Hill's under her bed or something like that. And it was also differently shaped because obviously they changed the actors. Dick Warlock was the actor in this movie. His head is obviously different from Nick Castle's. So the shape of the mask is different. No pun intended. But yeah. I do like the mask in this one, too, so it's the same mask, but different look.
So you see Michael Myers just kind of prowling around Halloween, kind of blending in with everybody, but then you see him begin to walk towards the sign where it's showing the hospital where to go, because, he's on the loose and he's after her. So.
And then later we see Loomis run around looking for Myers again. Telling, Sheriff Brackett that he's out. We do see, and then Ben Tramer walks around in that mask, and then he gets hit by a cop. I didn't see him there. Well, you were driving like 80 miles per hour. So, poor Ben Tramer. We don't know that's Ben Tramer at the moment, but we later find out. He was
burnt to a crisp.
Drunk, walking home from a party. It's stupid. But it's pretty funny how he died. I'm sorry to say. But
they're trying to get a quick autopsy on him to find out if it's really Michael Myers or not.
Yeah, and they say it's from a 17-year-old boy.
Right.
Stuff like that. So, But then we see Sheriff Brackett. He goes over to his house and finds Annie dead, his daughter. And then Sheriff Brackett's kind of out of the movie at that point. And see another...
Kind of tells Loomis, like, damn you for letting him
you. This is your fault. And he's like, no, it's not. And this and that. But then Sheriff Brackett exits the movie. We see a new sheriff, new cop, that will be helping out Loomis for the rest of the night. Later on, we see the horny... what would you call
Who
him?
are you referring to? Oh, the nurse and the one dude?
The one, yeah.
Yeah. The guy that's like, I guess I just say fuck all the time. That guy.
Yeah. He's like horny the whole movie. They get into a hot tub. He brings this chick into a hot tub, one of the nurses.
Well, no, he killed someone before that, that rent-a-cop.
Oh, yeah, he kills the rent-a-cop.
That's how he gets into the hospital. And the one nurse is, like, waiting on his call.
She doesn't know how to work the walkie-talkie, which is stupid.
Typical blonde. But, anyways, so...
Typical blonde trope in these movies, you know?
So, yeah, the movie goes on. He kills the cop with a hammer through the head.
Yeah, we really don't see it, but...
It looked pretty disgusting.
Yeah. Then we later get... he's roaming around the hospital doing his thing. I think then we see him in that room with the babies. And he's just standing there, and then you're like, oh, no, he's going to kill babies.
Yeah, in the nursery.
Wow. That was kind of creepy. Is he going to do it? No, he hasn't. Somewhat
they
of
didn't
a heart.
they didn't have the balls to put it in the movie.
Well, they
But
wouldn't.
I
ever
would
do
have.
that.
But anyways,
That's not right.
so we we go on. They're in the hot tub, and she's like getting dressed. He's like waiting for the guy's like just creepy. He's like just like waiting for her, just like looking at her. But so she gets in and she complains that it's too hot because Michael Myers is in the back cranking the heat up.
Yeah.
She gets out and
He gets out.
oh right. Where we see his droopy ass.
Yeah.
And she's like
He gets out.
because she's like it can get cold in here, and then you just see
There is
his
some nudity in the movie.
droopy ass.
He gets out, and then he gets choked out by Myers.
And she's totally not seeing any of this.
Yeah, she's just sitting there.
La la la.
La la la.
Then Michael Myers comes up behind her, putting his hand on it. Ooh, and like sucking on his finger.
Yeah.
But then she looks and sees that it's not her loser boyfriend. It's Michael Myers.
The shape.
Yeah, and he just grabs her by the hair and just dunking her head on. And like, oh my God, you can just see the skin just peeling off her face as he's just scolding her.
It reminded
alive.
me of the kill from Jason X, but from
That was a freeze kill.
the dried ice. But it kind of just reminded me. It had a similar feel.
I don't think that was dry ice. That was liquid nitrogen.
Whatever.
But whatever. We're
Same-
not getting off
same
topic.
thing.
So, it's not the same thing.
Basically.
Anyways. So, yeah. Awesome kill right there. Movie goes on with that other douchebag flirting with Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like a fro. That guy's like really weird. One nurse was pretty hot. That's another kill where Michael Myers embalms her alive.
Yeah.
He embalms her alive. Gosh, how painful would that be?
That would suck.
That would totally suck. Which he slips on the blood later on in the movie.
Well, I think we also see that doctor drained.
Right. I was just getting to that.
Yeah,
Right. One of the other nurses walks in, and then Michael Myers appears behind her and gets her with the needle through the
was
head.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was. That's actually a very good kill.
Yeah.
Not the best kill in the movie, but we're getting there. So yeah. Next kill we see we see another nurse. He kills a lot of nurses in
Yeah, he
this.
kills a lot of nurses.
A lot of nurses.
Kills the nurse with a knife through her back.
It was a scalpel.
Oh, scalpel through the back.
Lifts her up by the scalpel.
Yeah.
My God. And then this is the part of the movie that really gives me the chills.
Yeah, it gets good here.
Where he's just chasing her through that hospital, and he's like, Jamie Lee Curtis through the hospital, Laurie Strode.
This is your favorite scene.
Yeah, this is my favorite scene ever. I love this movie. My favorite Halloween movie in the entire franchise out of any Halloween movie. You know, this is one that really just made me shit myself as a kid. I mean, this was so good. Just they changed the music too.
Yeah, it had a different feel. I kind of liked it too.
You know, right when he's about to get her, she like just barely escapes.
We hear that dun 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 dun.
All right, enough of the lousy impressions. Anyway, so she manages to escape on the elevator, makes her way outside, and she sees that all the tires are deflated.
So she hides in the car.
Right, and then her boyfriend comes out, and he's kind of out of it and passes out in the car.
Yeah, that's when Jimmy comes out.
But later, it does cut to a scene later on where Dr. Loomis, he has to report back to Smith's Grove.
Yeah, Smith's Grove Sanitarium. That's where one of the sheriffs from that county goes and picks him up from like a court order or something.
Right.
And then he like finds out. Well, we missed the part where Loomis goes into the school, and then Sam Hain. We find a knife through the picture.
Right.
Where that's like the first identification. Oh, Myers has a sister or something like that. More than one. And then later we find out that there was a sealed file that Nurse Marion Chambers tells Dr. Loomis about. There was a sealed file about, his sister is actually Laurie Strode. That's where the sister angle comes from.
Right. So then he realizes, oh shit, I gotta go back. And then he's on his way back. He forces the driver to turn around by holding a gun up to his head. This is a crazy therapist, man.
Yep. And then he's like, I'll give you a warning shot. Just fires a bullet through the window, which was cool.
So then he turns around and he's just kind of like, what else do I got to lose except my job? Or maybe your life.
Dr. Loomis has some balls, dude.
Yeah, so turns around. They re-enter the hospital, leaving Laurie outside, which she's laying there on the ground.
Yeah.
Going, help, help. And then waits till they get in there and then, help. Like, then she screams loud.
That was one of my pet peeves. Like, is she that stupid? She waits till they walk into the door to yell. It's like, help, help, help.
And then, help.
Yeah.
So she begins to approach back to the door, and she notices Michael Myers is behind her, just taking his time, just walking, doing the Michael Myers thing.
Taking her sweet little time.
And she's banging on the door.
Banging on the window.
They notice her, they let her in, and Michael Myers just like a boss, man, just
walks through the door.
And then Loomis shot him like, what, another 6 times?
Something like that.
Some shit.
And then the idiot cop runs over.
Says, stay away from him. And then doesn't stay away from him.
He's dead. He's dead. And then he pops up, stabs him through.
Slit his throat.
Slits his throat, which is pretty brutal. They show that. That was with the scalpel too, right?
Yep. Yeah, he carries the scalpel the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then begins to stalk Laurie and Loomis.
Yep. And then they get into this part of the hospital with all the what's in that room, like all
the gas,
and
like
everything.
They're not propane tanks.
Propane.
I think they're.
I don't know. Something with the gas throughout the hospital.
Yeah.
And then this is where the iconic moment where he gets Laurie shoots him in the eyes twice.
Such accuracy.
Yeah, somehow. Probably never fired a weapon in her entire life.
And just direct hits both of them. She's got better aim than Loomis.
Yeah. Shoots him in the eyes. You just see the blood
just dripping. That's
pouring down.
You gotta admit, that's an iconic moment.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed
the blood
that.
pouring from the eyes.
Then he's sitting there swinging the knife around. Woof, woof, woof. I don't like the little sound effects they added there. That was stupid.
So, Loomis distracts him as he's approaching Laurie by opening up some of those tanks. And then Michael Myers hears the gas running, so he approaches Loomis. Then Laurie starts opening up tanks. That lures Michael back. So they're trying to keep him as close to the center as possible. Then once they have enough going, Loomis orders Laurie to leave the room, and then it's time, Michael.
It's time, Michael, and then he
lights the lighter and
blows him and Michael Myers like up in flames, and
you just see him walking, which it's obvious he's wearing a fire suit there.
Well, yeah, but then we see his mask, just burning.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens to Loomis. They don't reveal that, but you assume he's dead. If you haven't seen any of the sequels and you've just watched the first and second one, you're just gonna assume he's dead, and that's it, because he was right next there. Like, if Michael's dead, he's dead. And then she's like, "Is it over?" or whatever. I think she said something like that. She's shocked. She's in shock, basically. Then after that, we later find out how many people he killed. I think they say 11 or something like that. Throughout, what was the body count or something? Then we see her getting transported to another hospital.
Right.
And then you hear the
Mr. Sandman.
Bring me a drink. Do.
So yeah, that's kind of the breakdown of the movie, a little bit.
A bit of breakdown.
Michael, what would you give this movie as a rating?
I give this movie a solid 8 of 10.
Oh, that's better than what I thought you were going to give.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Want to expand on that a little bit?
I give it an 8 out of 10 because, again, it's not as good as the original. But the kills I do like. And if you watch it back to back, I don't think I have actually ever done that, strangely enough. I don't think, other than when we just did these reviews, that I watched the first and second one back to back. It makes it better when you watch the first one. It does feel like it all happened on the same night, which it did. But it's a really good sequel to the first one. I really appreciate it. It wasn't like a bad sequel. I know John Carpenter hates the movie. I love it. It was directed by Rick Rosenthal, which I feel like he gets a lot of hate. A lot of unwarranted hate. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. It felt Halloween to me. It's one of the better sequels. It's not my favorite sequel. But it's one of my favorites. I thought it was a good film. So that is, yeah. I kind of have some pet peeves about how it takes place in the hospital, the whole movie. Basically, not all of it, but I kind of wish they got outside the hospital a little bit. But, yeah, I liked it. It was very cool. It was a good expansion on the character of the Shape. I enjoyed it, so 8 of 10. What would you give it, Brandon?
Me, being my favorite Halloween movie in the franchise, I absolutely love this movie. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Not a perfect movie, but very, very good, very memorable. There are very few horror movies that I have at 10, but this one was very good. I just loved the way Michael Myers moved in this. The kills were awesome. The chases were awesome. Just everything about it. And like you said, great sequel for its time.
Oh, still now.
Yeah, even still now.
It's still a scary movie. It's still very, very scary.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. This one definitely had a lot more action going on.
Yeah, it had more action. First one really established the character, and then this one kind of put him on steroids. You saw what he could really do, The kills were brutal. And yeah, still the same epic music. I know it was written by John Carpenter. I know the sister storyline they just kind of threw in. They weren't too happy. A lot of people weren't happy about it, but, the start of the whole sister angle, which is fine. I mean, they had to come up with something to keep doing.
I don't really know what else to say about it.
Yep, that is Halloween 2, 1981. And so that will give it an official Chop and Slice rating of 17.5 of 20.
Yeah, 17.5.
17 and a half out of 20, baby.
It was good.
It was good. Halloween 2, 1981. It will forever be the true sequel to the original. I still hold it as the true sequel. I'm not counting 2018. That's not my story. The true sequel is 1981. So, like I said, guys, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you thought of the movie and what you thought of the review. Hopefully you enjoyed our review just as much as you enjoyed this movie. And keep supporting us, guys. We're going to keep throwing these...
We're going to keep banging them out.
We're going to keep banging out these reviews. We're going to also get into, later on, discussions and debates and stuff like that, different topics. And they're not going to all just be reviews. So hopefully you guys enjoy it all. And we will see you guys later. And don't forget...
Beware of the boogeyman.
Beware of the boogeyman. He's out there. Be safe, guys. Later.